Today we actually have a little bit of snow here, and it's making me even more anxious to finish up our battery backup system. So this goes rather well with the subject that I want to go over today, and that is batteries. This is my RENOGY 48V 50 amp hour battery. 60 pounds, 27 kilos. So heavy, but not like unmanageable heavy to move around. I have been using these batteries for a year now, and they have been running this shop, what you see here, the lights, the fan, batteries, stuff like that, within the Lycan. And I'm also planning on an additional project with more batteries, which is going to be a home backup system for when there is an emergency, a power outage. But of course, what we need in order to create that is like batteries, right? And there's a lot of different kinds of batteries that you can get for a project, for a job like that. And these are the ones that I have here from RENOGY, and these are 48V 50 amp hour 2400 watt hour, and these are beautiful. They have some really nice features. In terms of like your weight, you saw me carrying it over 60 pounds. In terms of dimensions, we have 22 16 times 8 inches. So first of all though, where would you use batteries like these? A home battery backup system, RV, van, off-grid. The reason why these are nice, I think, is first of all the voltage, the 48 volt, but also just the packaging, the case, some of the features that put these in a category above other batteries. So we have lithium iron phosphate. Now what does that mean? Primarily that means more cycles, right? Now RENOGY advertises these batteries to last for 4,500 cycles, or minimum of like 10 years, after which point they'll go down to like 80% capacity. So they still won't be dead, they just won't be quite as efficient. So that's a lot of cycles, right? I mean, like 10 years. What are you going to be doing in 10 years? That's a long time from now, depending on your perspective. But lots of cycles we have in these batteries. Of course, that also depends on how you're using them, you know, how hardly you're charging, discharging. All of that is going to impact the lifespan. But you have a lot of cycles in a battery like this. So what is it that make these batteries like a little bit nicer than other batteries? Well, for one, they're self-heating. So what does that mean? Well, coldness is kind of the enemy to batteries operating efficiently. I mean, I take my EV out driving, and when it's cold, it becomes so much less efficient. I get so much less mileage out of my battery, right? And the same thing goes with these batteries. They just don't work as well when it's cold. So these have a self-heating function. So the self-heating function, I mean, it turns on when the core temperature goes below 41 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius. They will also stop charging when the temperature goes below 0 degrees Celsius, and stop discharging when below -20 degrees Celsius. So there's a smartness built into the system. It senses like, okay, now it's too cold, we can't work anymore, we have to stop charging, we have to stop discharging, we have to heat up our cells to protect it and keep it working properly. Now this is especially useful if you're using these in unheated space, if you have an off-grid setup, if you have an RV and a van, that kind of thing, where it gets really cold. So you can rely on them more. That's the gist of it, right? Now BMS. What is BMS? BMS is battery management system, right? And these batteries have a really good one. So what does the BMS do? Well, it ensures that the cells maintain a balanced voltage so that everything is nice and even in order for things to work properly. What else? We have a built-in switch button, so an on or off switch button. So that means that you don't have to deal with an external switch connector. With this button here, you can activate and deactivate the battery with just one touch. So basically what that means is that the switch turns off the terminals, so they're not active. So that is a really nice feature, and just makes them a lot easier to handle and maintain. They have these nice handles here, one on each side, so you have something to grip onto when you're carrying it. So what do we have here? We have a plus and we have a minus, right? Now it's easy to connect multiple batteries in parallel. Of course, you always want to connect batteries in parallel, right? You never want to do it in series. You want to increase the amps, not the voltage, right? So we have 50 amps, one battery. If you connect two of them, you're going to have, 100 amps, 150 amps, 200 amps, that kind of thing, whereas the voltage, the 48 volts, remain the same. And in order to connect batteries in parallel. You have two batteries here, you connect the pluses together, you connect the minuses together, and then you have one plus connection and one negative connection. With the way this is designed, it's really nice and easy to do. So this home battery backup system that I'm talking about, well, I'm going to be using 6 of these batteries for that. And normally when you connect batteries in parallel, well, the way you can do it is that you can connect a wire from the plus to the next battery, to the next, to the next, to the next, and then negative to the next, to the next, to the next, and that works fine. But the one thing about that I was thinking about is then whenever you are drawing from the batteries, you are going through all of the batteries all the time. So in order to access the, it strains the batteries quite a bit in that sense. I was thinking that what I want to do is to create a bus bar, or 2 bus bars, one positive bus bar and one negative bus bar, connect all the positive wires to one bus bar, and then all negative wires to the other bus bar. And that way, the current won't go through all of the batteries in the same way. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking about right now. It would be a good idea. Now, when you're designing your battery system, one thing to keep in mind is whenever possible, it's a good idea to oversize. I mean, obviously that's not always an option. I mean, batteries are really expensive. But I was thinking about like, okay, what is the optimal battery setup? So let's say I want to charge my EV or use a dryer, for example. So I want to draw 6,000 watts to charge that. Now, if I had 6 batteries drawing 1,000 watts each, that would be a lot better than if I had 3 batteries drawing 2,000 watts each. There's simply less strain on each individual battery, so they're going to last longer, right? You're just putting less stress on them, which means that you're also charging and discharging at a slower rate, which is better for the batteries. In order to create a really good battery system, it's really a good idea to have more batteries, to have an oversized system if it's a possibility, if it is an option, in terms of the lifespan of that system and the efficiency, not putting too much strain on it. Now, I think these 6 batteries that I'm going to put on, make this system with is probably it's gonna provide a decent amount of power. So 48 volts. And you may wonder, like, why would I go with 48 volts? You can go like with 12 volts. And there's a couple of reasons why like a 48 volt system is really nice. And the primary thing is that you can use smaller wires because there's a lot less current going through it. So if you compare a 12 volt battery to a 48 volt battery, you have 4 times less current going through the wires on a 48 volt battery. So there's less heat generation, and you can use smaller wires, which also are cheaper. So higher voltages like that is really nice for a battery system. So these batteries can communicate with each other, they can balance the load so that it remains evenly, which is definitely what you want. And then they can transfer the data in real time through Ethernet cables. Now, how do you access that information? Well, you can either get like a little battery monitoring screen, you can use their app, so you can use it on their phone, or you can use the RENOGY One. So the RENOGY One is a really nice separate product. It's a monitoring screen and software that enables you to control and to view your different RENOGY systems, your batteries, your solar, your inverter. It also has a couple of smart kind of security options with like sensors and turning things on and off remotely. I'm going to go over this a little bit more in another video because it's a really cool system. But that's another option to use in terms of monitoring these batteries. Now, according to RENOGY, this battery has gone through a lot of different abusive tests. Free drop test, electromagnetic compatibility testing, forced overcharge and discharge test, and crash test. It's done really well on these different tests. I would love to perform some of these tests, abuse this a little bit myself, but I'm just going to take their word for it, right? I'm not going to mess around with the batteries. But, I mean, it just kind of goes to the point that the case is really nice, it's safe, it is like well built, all of that. Like, I'm gonna have this sitting stationary, so it's not gonna move that much. But I mean, you can use these batteries in a movable situation, in a golf cart, in an RV, in a van, in a sailboat. So in those situations, movement is something to be considered, right? So I have 4 of these batteries running through the Lichen here. There's 2 inside and 2 on top here. And this is a like an all-in-one system that has batteries, inverters, solar charge connections, a case, like monitoring, switches, wiring, all of that stuff. It funnels out through to our solar. And so this has been running here in the shop for a year. During that time, I have often come up and like felt the batteries. Are they warm? No, they're never warm. Do they make any noise? They don't make any noise. They have been just like a pleasure to use. Haven't had any issues with them whatsoever. If you're curious about the Lycan, here we have inside here we have the solar inverter charger, just a bunch of switches, fans. The batteries are on the inside here, so I'm not going to show that right now. I do have footage of that though, I believe. And you can, check the screen here, what's going on. Right now, to keep these lights on, the fans, and battery charging, we're using like 360 watts. And when I say runs the space, I mean that it constantly keeps everything going that go on and off all the time. So we constantly have fans running to circulate the air, the lights, portable battery systems, camera batteries and stuff like that. We keep running the computer, a couple of Raspberry Pis, monitors, things like that in there. That's what the Lycan has been running non-stop for a full year, primarily getting that energy from solar. The idea here, what I want to do next, is I want to reclaim an area in the corner here, build like a rack, put these batteries on and really create a more substantial battery system. Probably will keep the Lycan running for that, have two separate systems in other words, and use this to funnel more solar into the batteries, have a system ready for when the power goes. The power goes out rather frequently where we live here in the country, so that we don't have to use our house generator, which runs on propane like crazy and is noisy and annoying. Much rather have a clean, quiet battery system as a backup running on solar. So obviously we have a heating system in these batteries. We don't have a cooling system, however, so that is one thing to consider. If your environment is getting super, super, super hot, you don't want to be running these because these don't like the heat. Batteries don't like super cold and super hot. Well, I don't know who does, really. Other battery 101, don't mix different batteries from different manufacturers into one system. It's not a good idea. Even if it's the same voltage, whatever, you want to keep each type of manufacturer separate from other systems. Now, you don't want to actually turn on these batteries when you haven't had them set up. You want to make sure you set everything up the way you want it before you start playing around with turning them on or off. Another kind of general battery management concept is you want to be careful with overcharging or over discharging, because batteries, lithium iron phosphate, doesn't like that. But that's a nice thing about this BMS system in here. It kind of takes care of that for you. It balances the load, things like that. So it's something you don't even have to think too much about. So overall, after using them for this year, I would say these batteries are really great, nice to set up, haven't had a single issue with one. So let me know if you have any questions about this model, any thoughts, anything like that. My name is Linn, this is the Darbin Orvar channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. I was hoping to have a snow day because there's a little bit of snow, but I see most of it is already melted. So there's that.